Okay, let's just jump right in. We all use it like every single day. But have you ever stopped to think about how Bluetooth actually works? Well, we're about to break it all down.
I mean, seriously, think about it for a second. If you went back in time and handed an iPhone and some AirPods to, I don't know, a kid from the Victorian era, they would 100% think you're a wizard. It's like we've created this wireless magic out of thin air.
So yeah, that really brings us to the big question we're tackling in this explainer. What the flip is actually going on? How does this invisible connection even work? All right, so the first piece of this big puzzle is, well, you got to understand that your phone and your earbuds, they're basically talking to each other. They're speaking a secret language, and that language is made of light.
But wait a second. We're not talking about the kind of light you get from, a lamp in your room.
And no, it's definitely not sunlight either. The light that Bluetooth uses is, well, it's this kind of freaky, invisible kind of light. Okay, so check this out. What's so wild is just how much we don't see. The human eye, we only see this teeny tiny little slice of the whole electromagnetic spectrum. It's crazy. And Bluetooth, it operates way, way over in the radio waves section. And because those waves are so much longer than the light we can see, they can do something amazing. They can pass right through walls, which, is kind of essential if you want your wireless headphones to work when your phone's in your pocket.
Okay, cool. So we've got invisible light, check. But that just leads to the next big question, right? How does a beam of invisible light let me listen to, I don't know, Shakira on my headphones?
Well, the answer to that is the language of literally all computers, binary. It all comes down to sending information using just two states. You can think of it like an on and an off switch, or, in this case, ones and zeros.
And here's how they do it. It's actually pretty brilliant. Let's just pretend for a second that one specific wavelength is, say, purple, and another one is green. If your phone wants to send the number 1, its antenna just flashes purple. Your earbud sees that flash and goes, okay, got it, that's a 1. And if it wants to send a 0, it flashes green. Simple, right? Now get this. This little flash happens about 1,000,000 times every single second. That's just incredible. Okay, but wait. This whole ones and zeros thing creates a brand new problem, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. You're in a crowded coffee shop. How on earth do your earbuds know to play your music and not accidentally pick up, the Taylor Swift that the person next to you is blasting?
Well, here's the first part of the solution. It's not just one purple and one green light. Nope, Bluetooth is way smarter. It actually splits up the entire frequency range it's allowed to use into 79 separate, distinct channels.
So think of it this way. Each one of those 79 channels gets its own special wavelength for its ones and zeros. So your Shakira could be cruising along on, say, channel 37, while your buddy's music is way over on channel 73. They're like completely separate lanes on a highway. No traffic jams.
And this is where that whole pairing process comes in. It's basically a digital lock and key system. So think of your earbuds as a lock. When you turn on pairing mode, they start shouting out a public key, like an ID number. Your phone listens, sees all the available keys in the area, and you pick yours. The second you select it, bam! The two devices create a brand new, super secret private key just for the two of them. And that key encrypts everything they say to each other from then on. So that private key is crucial. And it leads us to the final, and honestly probably the most genius part of this whole magic trick, security. How does Bluetooth stop some random person from just listening in on your private connection?
The answer is this amazing thing called frequency hopping. So instead of just staying in their own lane, their own channel, your devices are constantly, and I mean constantly, jumping between all the different channels.
And when I say constantly, I am not kidding. Your phone and your earbuds, they jump between those 79 channels. Get ready for this, 1,600 times every single second. Just wow.
So here's why that is so genius. Even if some digital eavesdropper managed to find the exact channel you're on, they'd only be able to listen for a tiny, tiny fraction of a second before, poof, you're gone. You've already hopped to a new, random channel, and they have absolutely no way of knowing where you went.
Which, obviously brings up one last question. If the hopping pattern is totally random, how in the world do your phone and earbuds stay in sync? How do they both know where to jump next at the exact same millisecond?
And this is beautiful. It all comes back to that initial pairing. Remember that first digital handshake? Well, as part of that process, they didn't just create a secret key. They also agreed on a secret, unique hopping sequence.
That pattern is completely encrypted, and only your phone and your earbuds know the secret dance moves they're about to do across all those channels.
So there you have it. Let's pull it all together. What really feels like straight-up magic is actually just this really clever stack of scientific solutions, one on top of the other.
So here's the whole trick, laid out bare. It all starts with invisible light, radio waves, speaking a language of ones and zeros. To avoid interference, they use 79 different channels. Then they use that encrypted lock and key pairing to make sure it's a private conversation. And for top-level security, they jump between all those channels 1,600 times a second. It's just brilliant.
So now you know the science behind it all. But it still makes you wonder, doesn't it? Even when you know exactly how the trick is done, does that really make it any less magical? I'll let you be the judge of that. Thanks for tuning in.